Hard-fought draw by Pakistan at a moment in the second session of the fifth day. Pakistan was under pressure when they lost wickets in quick succession, but then the tail along with Saud Shakir, of course, some performances in the middle order helped them to get to that draw. New Zealand got 61 for 1, batting second, but then light took over. Have a quick look at this test match. 5 days, Pakistan won the toss and posted 438. Big score from New Zealand in their first innings with Williamson's 200 not out, 612. Pakistan then replied with 311, got the lead, and then New Zealand, of course, was playing with light and with Pakistan. Match was drawn, and the series of 2 test matches remains 0-0. Hello and welcome. I'm Sikandar with you. This is Inverix Solar Energy Pitchside Studio, and we will start our chat. We'll dissect the game, but before that, we've got Sarfaraz Ahmed along with us. We also have Waqar Yunus. सरफराज से थोड़ी बात करेंगे. सरफराज, सबसे पहले तो मैं आपसे पूछूंगा जो आपसे बहुत लोगों ने पूछ लिया होगा अभी तक. Your feeling coming back in the 11 as a batter, बिल्कुल at home लग रहे थे आप, क्योंकि आपका वैसे भी home ground है. थोड़ा सा उसके बारे में बताएं.
सिकंदर भाई, सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह ताला का शुक्र अदा करूँगा कि एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मेरे पास आई, चूँकि काफ़ी टाइम से वेट कर रहा था कि अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी तो उसको अवेल करने की कोशिश करूँगा. अल्लाह का शुक्र है कि अल्लाह ने बहुत अच्छे से अपॉर्चुनिटी अवेल कराई और एक अच्छे टाइम पर जो है जिस वक्त टीम को ज़रूरत थी इनिंग्स की, वहाँ पे अच्छी इनिंग खिलवाई.
यहाँ पे आपने काफ़ी क्रिकेट खेली हुई है, फर्स्ट क्लास बहुत खेला हुआ है. क्या यही कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है इस सरफेस का जब स्पिन को बहुत ही ज़्यादा हेल्प मिल रही होती है और जिसको आपने अपने जो आपका पेटेंट स्वीप शॉटर से डील किया?
देखिए, नॉर्मली जब हम लोग फर्स्ट क्लास क्रिकेट खेलते हैं तो इस टाइप की पिच नहीं होती, थोड़ा पिच पे जो है ना ग्रास मौजूद होता है. लेकिन अभी जो लास्ट जो मैंने फर्स्ट क्लास का अपना मैच खेला था, मैं लकी था कि मैंने यहाँ पे स्कोर किया था, तो वो इसी टाइप की कुछ थोड़ी पिचेस थी. तो ऑब्वियसली आप कराची में रहते हैं तो आपको पता है कि थोड़ा सा स्पिनर थोड़ा बेहतर खेलते हैं, कोशिश करते हैं, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ पे क्लब क्रिकेट हमने जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा खेली है और स्पिनर को बहुत ज़्यादा खेला है, तो शायद ये एक एडवांटेज है मुझे. और आपको पता है कीपर तो इसी टाइप के प्लेयर होते हैं, कोई लेट कट मार देते हैं, कोई स्वीप मार देते हैं, तो ये थोड़ा सा चुरी वाले जो शॉट होते हैं, आपको पता है, अगर आप हमारे विकेट कीपर देखें, मोइन भाई को भी देखें, राशिद भाई को देखें, तो वो चुरी वाली बैटिंग करनी आती है, तो मैं भी वही कोशिश करता हूँ बैटिंग करने की.
स्ट्रीट स्मार्ट क्रिकेट जिसको हम कह रहे होते हैं. अच्छा, यहाँ ये मौजूद था, मैं आपको बताऊँ, यहाँ ही खड़ा था इत्तेफाक से जब आप बैटिंग करने आए, तो आपने जब पहला चौका स्ट्रेट ड्राइव खेला तो आपने ऊपर देखा था. आई थिंक वो सारा प्रेशर जो था, अगर जो आपने मेंशन किया, वो उस एक शॉट पे जो बैट पे बिल्कुल आया तो उससे काफ़ी हद तक कम हो गया.
सिकंदर भाई, एक तो बिल्कुल वो पोजीशन ऐसी थी कि 3 बॉलें रह गई थी लंच से पहले ना, तो ऑब्वियसली उस वक्त 111 पे हमारे तकरीबन कोई 4 आउट भी हो गए थे. तो मैं अंदर गया था तो उस वक्त थोड़ा समझ नहीं आ रहा था, नर्व्स बहुत ज़्यादा तेज़ चल रही थी ना उस वक्त. एक नेचुरली एक क्रिकेटर के आप किसी से भी पूछेंगे जो काफ़ी टाइम बाद कम बैक कर रहा होगा, तो वो एक नेचुरल सी फीलिंग होती है, वो थी. तो बस यही था, तो मैं ये था कि बस जल्दी से रन बन जाए, तो वो यही एक फीलिंग थी कि रन बना, तो उसमें अल्लाह का शुक्र अदा किया.
सरफराज, सबसे पहले तो बहुत बहुत मुबारक, माशाल्लाह. एक तो कम बैक 4 साल के बाद, फिर ऊपर से परफॉर्मेंस करना, एक्सेलेंट परफॉर्मेंस. दोनों इनिंग्स में आप बहुत अच्छा खेले. कीपिंग में थोड़े से इशू ऐसा नज़र ज़रूर आए हैं, लेकिन आप क्या समझते हैं कि ये जो पिच है, आई नो कराची की पिच हमेशा स्लो होती है, और 5 दिन में अगर इस तरह की पिच पे रिज़ल्ट नहीं आता, तो फिर आप क्या समझते हैं कि इस पिच को थोड़ा सा मुख्तलिफ होना चाहिए या दिस वाज द राइट पिच?
देखिए, थोड़ी सी बेहतरी की गुंजाइश ज़रूर है. थोड़ा सा अगर और ज़्यादा टर्न होना शुरू हो जाए तो मैं समझता हूँ बेहतर है, लेकिन ये कि कुछ चांसेस अवेल हो जाते हैं तो शायद मैं समझता हूँ कि चीज़ें और बेहतर हो जाती हैं. लेकिन नॉर्मली आपको पता है कराची का पिच इसी टाइप का होता है. थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे ये कि थोड़ी सी जो मिडिल की बैटिंग है उसमें थोड़ा सा ये होता है कि बैट्समैन को थोड़ा टाइम ज़्यादा मिल जाता है, थोड़ा बॉल जब पुराना होता है, क्योंकि आपको पता है स्क्वायर बहुत ज़्यादा रफ है.
तो जो स्लोनेस है पिच में, उसको किस तरीके से तेज़ किया जाएगा? आई मीन, इवन पिछले साल भी ऑस्ट्रेलिया को भी देखा था, पिछला मैच भी देखा कि ऑल्दो बहुत ड्राई थी, लेकिन मैनेजेबल था. चौथे पाँचवें दिन भी आज देखें शाम को बड़ा आराम से मैनेज हो रहा था. तो वो जो बाइट है वो नहीं दिख रही इस पिच में.
देखिए, वो आपकी बात बिल्कुल सही है, बाइट नहीं देखी, लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ कि अगर थोड़ा सा स्पिनर जो है ना, अगर हमारे, चूँकि इन्होंने इतने क्रिकेट इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट जो है वो खेली नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं थोड़ा सईद अजमल, अब्दुल रहमान के साथ खेला हूँ, यासिर शाह के पीक टाइम पे भी खेला हूँ, तो उनका जो पेस की मेंटेनेंस थी ना वो बहुत अच्छी थी, जिसकी वजह से स्पिनर को बहुत ज़्यादा बाइट मिलती है. मैं समझता हूँ कि जैसे अबरार है, अभी नए आए, नोमी थोड़े पुराने हैं, थोड़ा पुराने ही हैं बिल्कुल, लेकिन ये कि वो जो एक लेकिन वो जो एक मेंटेन है ना पेस की जो बात करते हैं, अगर आपने भी देखा, मैंने भी टीवी पे देखा, सकीब भाई वगैरह एक जगह लाके बॉल बहुत तेज़ करते थे, तो वो थोड़ी सी अगर एनर्जी थोड़ी सी बॉलर में रहेगी तो मैं समझता हूँ चांसेस हैं आउट करने के यहाँ पर.
और विकेट जब आपने इतनी बैटिंग कर ली थी तो उसके बाद कहीं ना कहीं नज़र आया कि हिप में भी थोड़े इश्यूज थे, तो उससे भी कोई विकेट कीपिंग इफेक्ट नजर हुई, या या रफ बॉल ज़्यादा था या क्या इशू हुआ?
एक्चुअली देखिए विकी भाई वो जो थी वो असल में एक्चुअली मेरा घुटना लग गया था तो मेरे हिप फ्लैक्चर पे थोड़ा सा जो है वो जोर आ गया था, लेकिन बात ये कीपिंग का ये कि देखें अभी जाहिर सी बात है मैं काफ़ी टाइम बाद कमबैक कर रहा था, इस तरह के पिचेस थोड़ी डिफिकल्ट होती ज़रूर है लेकिन ये कोई एक्सक्यूज़ नहीं है। तो इंशाल्लाह जैसे जैसे कॉन्फिडेंस बेहतर होता जाएगा तो चीज़ें भी इंशाल्लाह और बेहतर हो जाएंगी।
जब आपने एक सेशन में कप्तानी की वहाँ पर जब बाबर बाहर थे तो उसमें सरफराज अपने आप में नजर आए और आपने काफ़ी क्रिकेट, इन लड़कों ने काफ़ी क्रिकेट आपके साथ खेली है। मीर हमजा, अबरार को आप काबू में भी अच्छा रखते हैं, तो ये थोड़ा डिफरेंस नजर आता है। ये वजह यही है कि क्योंकि इन लड़कों ने आपके अंडर डोमेस्टिक बहुत ज़्यादा खेला हुआ है, फर्स्ट क्लास बहुत खेला हुआ है।
नहीं देखें पहले तो सिकंदर भाई देखें डिफरेंस कोई नहीं था, कैप्टन का प्लान था, कैप्टन ने मुझे कहा था कि आप थोड़ा जाके देखिएगा, तो बस कोशिश ये की कि थोड़ा सा फील्ड के साथ मैं खेलूँ। तो मेरी कोशिश ये थी कि जैसे लैथम जो है बार बार जो है वो स्वीप लेके जो है वो स्ट्राइक को अपनी चेंज कर रहा था, तो मैं ये चाह रहा था कि भाई अब ये सिंगल ना ले, ये यहाँ से चौका मार दे, ये मुझे चौका मार के यहाँ से चला जाए। तो बस यही था कि थोड़ा सा फील्ड के साथ खेला और उसमें क्रेडिट पूरा बॉलर्स को जाता है कि उन्होंने उस फील्ड पे बॉलिंग की जिसकी वजह से वो डिस्टर्ब हुआ और फिर बाद में वो आउट हुआ।
हाँ, डिफरेंस से मेरी मुराद यही थी कि इन बॉलर्स की स्ट्रेंथ और वीकनेसेस को आपने ज़्यादा
जी,
क्यों खेला हुआ है तो आपको अंदाजा है कि कहाँ पे ये क्या कर सकते हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
तो ओवरऑल आपका 86 और 53 दोनों हार्ड फॉट इनिंग्स थी और एज अ ऑफ कोर्स कम बैक एज अ क्रिकेटर सेटिस्फाइड है कि इस ट्रैक पे जहाँ पे मुश्किलात काफ़ी थी वो आपने एक अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस दी। आज की इस परफॉर्मेंस की बात करें, आज के मैच में आपको लगता है कि कहीं किसी किसी पॉइंट पे पाकिस्तान, क्योंकि खेल तो ड्रॉ के लिए रहा था, सेकंड सेशन में थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा विकेट्स गिर गई आज?
जी बिल्कुल, लंच के बाद जो है वो थोड़ी सी परेशानी आई थी कि जब एकदम जो है वो 3 आउट हो गए थे, मैं इमाम, जब इमाम आउट हुआ तो उस वक्त काफ़ी टेंस माहौल हो गया था, लेकिन मैं क्रेडिट देना चाहूँगा सऊद शकील को। और उसके बाद जो वसीम ने जो इनिंग खेली मैं समझता हूँ वो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट इनिंग थी हमारी टीम के लिए। एक तो उसने वहाँ पे स्टे भी किया और जो 43 रन्स बनाए वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट थे, और सऊद की इनिंग जो है वो बहुत शानदार थी, वो पूरा लेके चला और उसने ऐसी पोजीशन पे पहुँचाया कि हम डिक्लेयर करने लगे टीम।
आई थिंक जो आपकी 86 रन की पहली इनिंग्स थी वो तो खैर सबने इंजॉय की और मैंने तो सबसे ज़्यादा इंजॉय की, लेकिन जो ये 50 रन की इनिंग आई थिंक इसकी ज़्यादा वैल्यू नज़र आई।
जी बिल्कुल, वक़ात में बिल्कुल ऐसा ही था, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि थोड़ा सा प्लान चेंज हुआ था टीम का और हमारी टीम ने कोशिश ये किया था कि लेफ्ट हैंड को लेफ्ट हैंड से रिप्लेस करेंगे, राइट हैंड को राइट हैंड से रिप्लेस करेंगे। तो कोशिश यही की थी, वो जो कहते हैं ना कि अटैक इज़ द बेस्ट फॉर्म ऑफ डिफेंस। तो मैंने यही कोशिश की कि जाके अटैक करूँ ताकि एजाज पटेल को, चूँकि एजाज पटेल जो कि उनकी लाइन बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी है और मिडिल में बॉल करते हैं तो उनको सामने रन्स बनाना और इस तरह के कवर्स में रन बनाना थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है। तो मेरी यही कोशिश थी कि उनको थोड़ा अटैक करके उनकी लाइन को चेंज करूँ, तो उसमें कामयाब हुआ और अल्लाह ताला ने इज्जत दी।
चलिए सरफराज, आप जाएं, टीम को ज्वाइन करें, रेस्ट करें, एंड वेल डन इन द मैच।
थैंक यू, बहुत शुक्रिया, थैंक यू।
Time for us to take a short break. When we come back, we'll look into the test match, the 5 days, and especially the last 2 sessions. Welcome back to Enbrick Solar Energy Pitchside Studio. Here we are, a draw, 5 days of cricket, and we've got Simon Dole joining us. Welcome to you. I have a quick word or a quick question that I'd like to ask, and that is, what do you think of this particular match going down to the wire? What was New Zealand thinking with 138 in front of them and just around 15 overs?
They would have gone for it. They would have continued to go for it. I think it was pretty smart from Bubba in some ways, because he knew there was bad light coming. There's no way we could have played past 5:30. I think he knew that, and maybe it was just a bit of tongue-in-cheek declaration that he never thought they could win or New Zealand could win. So I think New Zealand's performance throughout the test was good. I thought they played, for the most part, the better cricket at times. They were just thwarted by what was a fairly docile surface in the end, but they'll take a lot of positives out of the first test match.
We'll quickly take you to our top performer. There were quite a few good performances. Ken Williams' 200, but someone who performed overall and helped the side get to a good position in the test match was Ish Sodhi. He's got best figures, he's got his highest score. He's got to be the top performer. Top performer, brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy.
2 wickets in the first innings for Ish Sodhi. This one a little bit fortunate, not a great shot. It was 2 of the lower order batters in the first innings, but I think he took the confidence from that into the batting, and this was I think it was a really positive partnership, the one with Kane Williamson, but it also did him a lot of good when it came to the bowling side of things in the second innings. He's made 3 test match half centuries prior to this. This was his highest score though, and the partnership with Kane Williamson really allowed New Zealand to go ahead of Pakistan and then put a good first innings total on the board, and then that transferred to the bowling, I think, Waka.
Oh, he always does. I mean, he was outstanding. That wicket of Babar really brought a lot of energy to the team and the picking surprise. He's got like the top orders in the bank. This was another excellent delivery right on that line where he was looking for. Great stumping there, and Ishodi was just outstanding. And I think going forward in the next test match, this confidence will really do him world of good. I think all he needs to probably do is to try to bowl over the wicket a little bit long and practice maybe not tomorrow, day after, and try to get that length right. Once he bowl better to the left-hander from over the wicket, I think it'll be very threatening to Pakistan.
Career best 6 for 86 for Ishodi. Not only that, he's also got his best highest score in an innings, 65. Top performer brought to you by Inverix Solar Energy. Not easy to come back and make a return after 4 years and give a performance like that, not just with the ball, with the bat as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really impressed with him, actually. I thought we may have done him a little disservice. I may have even done him a little disservice in the first innings. I didn't think he was at his best, but after so long out and not playing a huge amount of red ball cricket, getting used to white ball cricket, he just got to feel like you belong. 4 years away from the team, and even when he has played, his games have been a little bit sporadic as well. So I'll cut him a little bit of slack, and I just thought what he took from that first innings and then into the batting, and I was really impressed with how he bowled, particularly last night. I thought that spell last night at the back end was really, really good, and that sort of transformed into today. So pleased for Ishodi. He would love to have got his side across the line with a test match win, but wasn't to be.
It didn't have much of a luck, actually. The kind of bowling is the kind of spells he bowled. I thought he would have easily taken 8 or 9 wickets, because from that rough, inside edges, it was spinning a bit too much at times for him, but he was outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
All right, so here we are. Let's talk about the fall of wickets. We'll show you 6 Pakistan wickets that fell today, and of course that 1 wicket that fell in New Zealand. Fall of wickets, brought to you by Inverix Solar Energy.
Yeah, it started off with Bracewell picking up Noman early on, bowling nice and straight. He was looking for a spin, but the good thing about that is just pitched in line and he's straight, a natural variation, what they call it, and he was just straight and missed it. This was the big one. This is where I thought, everyone got little worried, little scared in the camp also. Even Sarfraz was just here a little earlier. He said, this is the moment where we were just sort of got a little nervous, but then it was his inning, and then he got out, and then they lost 3 wickets straight after lunch.
Yeah, no, I think the move to get Sarfraz up the order was a very, very good move after reaching a half century, so going back to back. He just got the toe into the bat. Good catch again from Tom Blundell. And then the nerves just started to happen a little bit, I guess. This one straight through Salman, who made 100 in the first innings, not to be for him in the second innings. A little top spinner, or just a slight leg spinner. He played for turn that just wasn't quite there off the bowling of Ishodi. So another good piece of bowling there. And then this one was brilliant. Around the wicket, a wrong in. Terrific stumping from Tom Blundell to dismiss a man in the 90s. And Imam looked so good. He did look really good throughout. But he played for the leg spinner there. It was the wrong and out of the rough, but it was brilliant work behind the stumps by Blundell. And then that was a good one. The first one that really worked for him wasn't the flipper. Yeah. The first time it had actually worked throughout the innings.
He was looking for this delivery for a long while, and it came a little too late, because he allowed Mohammad Wasim to get all these runs. And this is when declaration came in the very first over. Abrar picking up Bracewell. It was a straightforward delivery. He just missed it. Kept a little low, maybe.
Fall of wickets, brought to you by Inverix Solar Energy. Now next up is Have Your Say, hashtag Have Your Say. This is on Twitter handle, and they ask questions from our guests. We've got 2 questions, both similar, one for Simon and one for Bakar. Let's have your say. Have Your Say, brought to you by Inverix Solar Energy. Well, the question to Simon Dole regarding New Zealand is, do you feel that they would come in with a change in the next coming test? Maybe Wagner, they didn't really use him. He's a quality bowler, yes, but in the conditions, if they are similar, would they go with him?
I think if the conditions are similar, they won't go with Neil Wagner again. They'll give Matt Henry an opportunity. I'd really like to see them go with Glenn Phillips, strengthen the batting a little bit more. Not that you say they need it after this test match, but he offers a little bit of spin with the ball. It does mean you'd have to open the bowling with Daryl Mitchell if you wanted to open with seam with Mitchell and Southey, but I don't really see too much of a problem with that if that was the case. So I think they will go down the more conservative route, leave Wagner out and bring Matt Henry in, and that's probably the only change I would make.
And for you, Waqar, people want to know, do you feel Pakistan need a fifth bowling option, or that part-timer in Salman is fine and coming up in the next test?
Look, ideally you would like to have your fifth bowler in the side, but looking at the pitches, if the pitches are so dry and it's going to spin, and Sodhi is in good form now, so it is a tricky one. I don't think Pakistan will look to do that. They will still play Salman Agha, who's scored 100 also. You can't really drop him now. So in the bowling, I would say, you need pace. You can't really just go with just a medium pace there, because on similar sort of surface, seamers or medium paces are literally no use.
You got Sajid, you got Zahid, nobody else, no three.
Not at the moment. I thought the bowlers bowled well. The spinners did a decent job.
Okay, I guess, and I hope that you guys have got your answer and have your say. Have your say. Brought to you by Inverex Solar Energy. So 5 full days of Test cricket, and it's a draw, but there were flashes of brilliance from both sides. It went on a seesaw, and then New Zealand had an opportunity to win it. Pakistan were fighting for a draw. Eventually, it was a draw. Before we leave, and before we see you guys in 2023, this year has been pretty good. In terms of Test cricket, we were looking at 43 games for New Zealand. For Pakistan, not so good with the red ball, but white ball has been great. It's wonderful to see so much cricket happening and so much excitement going on. Pakistan has had a very, very busy calendar this year. Just as we move away, what are the things that you feel Pakistan or New Zealand can, in terms of positives, pick from this Test match and move into the next year?
Well, I think what you do realise very quickly is that not everybody is going to play Test cricket like England, and we can't expect that Test matches are going to be like that all the time. I know we'd love to see it, but not every side has the ability to do it or the freedom to do it. So we've had some contrasting Test matches in the last month and a half, haven't we? England have come here all swashbuckling and scoring at 6, 7, 8 and over at times. I think this has been a hard-fought draw. I don't think the surface was conducive to really great cricket, but we did see some very good cricket at different times. So don't expect that every Test match is going to be like England. And every team is going to try and play like England. At times you will get some games like this, but I'd like to see a little more in the pitch, even if it's not seaming. I don't care if it's not seaming, but just a little bit of pace and bounce. So when the seamer does bend his back, he gets an opportunity to get one through and up around the helmet.
Look, I don't know if the ground staff here at Karachi they can produce that sort of pitch. Back in the days, the pitches were good. There were grass on the pitch, and ball used to carry quite a bit, but right now, with all these foot marks around, with 2 days in between, I'm not really sure if they'll be able to sort of produce a green topper. But I'm with you on that. Pitch should be hard. It should just have a little more carry and a little bit sideways movement. I don't mind that early on, especially maybe first 2-3 hours. Have a little bit side movement. And then just flattens out, and the nature of the surface, the soil suggests that it is going to spin, and once you leave it a little bit of grass, it'll spin sharply, I feel.
Well, Shahid Afridi has promised us a better pitch. He doesn't want to start his tenure as chief selector on a bad note. He's promised us a better pitch, so it better happen.
Okay. All right. So that's that, I guess. Thanks to both of you. You have a good time with your family. We'll see you in about a couple of days, and probably we'll see the first sunrise together or have a first breakfast on the 1st of January. Guys, it's been fun. First Test match, Pakistan and New Zealand. I hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. Remember, for the next Test match, you can come here. It's free entry at the National Bank Cricket Arena, and you can see that KFC presents Dafa News Pakistan versus New Zealand Test Series. Second Test starts on the 2nd of January. We'll join you at 9:20 in the morning from this ground. Don't forget, once again, entry is free, so let's fill it up. Until then, goodbye, good night, and see you in 2023.
4 days of intrigue, and we are now into day 5 of this first Test match, Pakistan against New Zealand. Edged and away wide of the man. I think it's a very, very good decision.
It's got pace on it. That'll be a boundary.
Absolutely lovely.
Sixth half-century in Test match cricket. Another Test match half-century for Sarfaraz. He goes back-to-back in this Test.
Oh, it's gone right through him. Oh, it was playing in the back of his mind, trying to get to that 100.
Down the track with a mighty hit. So Shaquille is having some fun here, and he's reached his 50.